is unhealthy one, what are forms of sexual abuse, and also the kind of things you do when you face a breakup. So yeah, that is a disheartening point. But let's start. Shaunak.
Yeah, thanks, Mayank. Good afternoon, everyone. So I'll just dive right into the topic. When it comes to what a healthy relationship is, right? So a relationship is where you feel good about yourself. No one has a right to make you feel less than or unworthy. You should be treated with respect and dignity, and should show your partner the same. So what are the basically the cardinal features of a healthy relationship, right? So firstly, as you can see on the screen, like respect is definitely one of them, right? And it should be mutual respect, of course. You should respect each other's opinions, each other's choices, spend time together, right? You are in a relationship is because you enjoy the other person's company, right? So no matter how busy you get, always try and take some time out of your day to spend time together, some quality time together. Gestures of love, right? You are in a relationship with that person mostly because you they have certain traits that you really enjoy, and they make you feel happy and good about yourself, right? And so don't ever feel that doing something as a showing love for your partner is cheesy or corny, right? Do things that you think will make your partner happy. So yeah, definitely don't think of it as something cheesy or over the top. Intimacy, right? This is a topic that we're going to deal with in great detail today. And of course, intimacy is definitely one of the most important things in a healthy relationship. It's mostly the differentiating feature, I would say, in from all the other relationships in your life. And teamwork, right? So once you are in a stable relationship, once you are you're a pair, then right, you do everything as a team. It's not just about you, it's about we from that point onwards. So what are factors affecting relationships, right? So different people view relationships in different ways. They have different ways of expressing themselves. So what are some issues that couples often face, right? So there are practical and logistical issues, physical distance from partner. A lot of you might be in a long distance relationship, and it's difficult to maintain that. Financial issues. I guess not a lot of people right now will be facing it, but as we all grow up, right? We all you Once you're in your later 20s, I guess, when you're earning, right, and you're gonna take that step towards having a family, right? It's not gonna be your money for you. Everything that you do, everything that you earn is about your family, right? And so a lot of partners also face financial issues. There are family issues. Unfortunately, we are in a country where there are innumerable factors where a family won't accept who their child is in love with or wants to spend the rest of their life with. Compatibility issues, age, maturity, values or beliefs, personal character and attitude, whether your personality traits are compatible with each other, culture, language and religion, once again a very big factor in India, unfortunately. Intellect. Then there are commitment issues. Some people feel that their partner's way too dedicating too much time to their job, or they are too driven and they don't spend time with their significant others. Issues of infidelity. Then there are affection issues, right? Some people don't show the kind of affection that their partner wants, or there's a communication gap, or there is a power struggle between the two people. There are mental, emotional abuse. Sometimes there might be actual physical abuse involved in the relationship. So there are plethora of things that can go wrong in a relationship, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So let's come to sexual health and rights. So they are two very integral parts of a relationship. A healthy sexual relationship is an integral part of every relationship. Hence, it's important that both and all parties involved in a relationship are well aware, educated of the sexual health and rights to exercise their full rights. Right. So once you are in a relationship, right, I think it's very imperative that all of us know that, what is right, what is wrong, and what our rights are. Don't just feel coerced, or don't be in a situation where you feel that you're being told what to do. So we're going to highlight each and every point as we go along today. Okay, so a healthy sexual relationship is one in which individuals involved are physically and psychologically content with the frequency and nature of sexual encounters. Right, so like I said, sex is a very important part of any healthy relationship. And so there are few things that every person who is currently in a relationship should definitely look out for. So coming to sex, like firstly, use protection against STIs and unwanted pregnancy through condom use, right? An issue that I guess a lot of us would, have at least heard of somewhere or the other is, you come across people who, they feel that they're being coerced to not use protection for the purpose of whether or not it's equally pleasurable or not. But always remember that, your choice is your choice, and don't feel coerced into doing something that you're not comfortable with. Secondly, be free of coercion, sexual assault, rape, discrimination, violence, and pain, right? Don't feel obliged to stay in a relationship even if once it gets abusive, right? As much as I highlighted the fact that a relationship is a teamwork, your boundaries are your boundaries and they need to be respected. That's where mutual respect comes in. And so if you ever feel that your relationship is getting abusive, take a stand, get out of it. And if it really was very serious, then please do ask for help. Don't feel that, you're backed up in a corner and there's no one there for you. All individuals involved should be aware of their rights to stop sexual encounters anytime, and at the same time feel confident to discuss and initiate sexual activities as they desire. Right. So since sex is a very important part of any healthy relationship, always remember that if you're in a healthy relationship, it should be very natural that you feel comfortable with your partner to talk about sex, right? There's nothing to hesitate about that. That is what a healthy relationship is. But at the same time, please do remember that your partner also needs to maintain your boundaries, right? Things that you are not comfortable with, they are not allowed to encroach upon that. So, it's a balance between these two, where it's definitely, you should definitely not hesitate to initiate, sexual encounters, but at the same time, you should know what your partner wants, what your partner is not comfortable with, and respect that, and not feel like, they owe you something or anything. Okay, so importance of knowing sexual health, right? Roger. All right, so what are the domains of sexual health, so to speak, right? So sexual health is a key part of our overall health and well-being, right? So this is also a part of health, as like we come across various domains of health while reading TSM, like this is also included in that. Talking openly and honestly with your partners and healthcare providers is key. Unfortunately, since sex is a very taboo topic in India anyways, when somebody has an issue, whether psychological, emotional, or physical, we hesitate to take help. But what we must remember is that there are healthcare professionals out there who are trained to deal with these problems. So please don't hesitate to take help if you feel like you need it. Sex is a natural part of life. It can bring you pleasure, intimacy, and joy. Right. So obviously, don't feel shy just because, since it's a taboo in society, please don't, apply that and make it taboo in your relationship, right? Because at the end of the day, that's what, relationship is about making each other happy, right? And this is a part of that. It also means taking care of yourself and your partner, right? So make sure that, when it comes to sex, that you are happy. And at the same time, have an open dialogue with your partner, basically, so that, everybody is happy in their own space. It is important no matter your age or the relationships you choose. Exactly. So, like, it's not something that, this seminar in itself is not something that 30-year-olds should be, attending, right? It's for everyone. All right. So there are various things that, that come up. So to increase recognition of sexuality as a positive aspect of human life and to create effective links between sexual health, sexual rights, and sexual pleasure. So as you can see in this pyramid, if health, rights, and well-being are at the three corners of this triangle, sexual and reproductive health, the infrastructure is very important to ensure that these three criteria are met during a person's life. All right, so we'll play a little bit of an interactive game now. I don't want you to, share your personal scores on the seminar. I advise you all to at least have a piece of paper with you, and jot down whatever scores you get, and then self-assess your, the cumulative score that you get. All right, so this is an activity where one can self-evaluate their relationship. If you're comfortable, please go ahead. You don't need to share your scores, but you can assess whether you're, yeah, exactly. Like Mehak said, there's no need to say it out loud. So first criteria is physical and psychological satisfaction or enjoyment. From 1 to 10, how much did you enjoy, or how were you satisfied with your sexual experiences in the last 12 months? The lowest score being 1, the highest being 10. You all can jot it down on a piece of paper. Self-determination. Again, from 1 to 10, how many of these sexual relationships did you freely choose to have? That being said, where did you not feel like, it was something against your consent? Of all the things you did with your sexual partners, how many did you specifically agree to? Right? It's one thing to have sex, but there are people who might be comfortable doing one thing. There might be people who are not comfortable with doing another thing. And so that is also very important. When it comes to consent for sex, it's not just a blanket statement, right? You need to take consent for each and every thing. Safety, from 1 to 10 again. How safe did you feel in your sexual relationships? Did you feel safe with that person? Privacy, how much privacy did you have in your sexual encounters? Do you feel like it was breached? Confidence, how confident did you feel to express yourself with your partners while having sex? Did you feel like, were there inhibitions in you? Did you feel hesitant to communicate something to them or ask them something? And communication, negotiation, from 1 to 10, how would you rate your quality of your communication and negotiation of what you wanted and didn't want to do with your partners? Did you feel like your opinions were being respected and that you were respecting their boundaries? So once you, score yourself on all these criteria, you can, plot it out on this graph, and then you can figure out what your total score is, right? And the higher the score is for you, the more healthy your sexual relationship is overall. So yeah, you don't need to share anything, but you can self-evaluate your scores. All right. So Mehak, will you be taking over from here?
Yeah. Okay. So Shaunak explained very beautifully what is sex and how safe it should be. So now we are gonna talk about the importance of knowing sexual rights, because sexual health is important, sexual pleasure is important, but also at the same time sexual rights are very, very important. So what are sexual rights? Like human rights, they are a component of human rights, and they're basically set of entitlements that are related to sexuality, and it entitles freedom and equality and dignity to the people. Okay. So next slide. Yeah. So according to the World Association for Sexual Health, what is a healthy sexual relationship? A healthy relationship must involve, I repeat, it must involve equal rights. You can't be smaller or you can't be bigger. You need to be equal. The second right is right to autonomy. This is your body, and you are deciding what is happening to it. So yeah, that is that. You have the right to information. You need to know what boundaries are you setting for the other person. Also, the right to life, the right to privacy. Yes, breach to privacy in any form is injurious, not only to your physical health, but also to your mental health. So you need to know that you are private and you are safe while you're indulging with another person. Then the right to the freedom and thought expression. You need to express yourself more freely. You don't need to feel that you are in a burden of something. Yeah. So next slide. Yeah. So the most apt example I could think of now is the movie Pink. Consent for me, for everyone, should be the most prioritized thing. I feel that even if you love someone a little lesser, consent should be on always on the top of the list. So no relationship is healthy without mutual consent. Next slide. Exactly. What is consent? So consent is basically an agreement. It is an agreement between the participants to engage in the sexual activity. Now, what everybody needs to understand, that consent should be clear. It should be crystal clear and it should be freely communicated. If at all a participant, a person hesitates, you should explore it more. Why is he hesitating, or why she is hesitating, or why they are hesitating? But at the same time, you need to respect their boundaries, that they have said no to a particular activity. Yeah. Yeah. So I feel that this is the part where most of the people are confused, because when you're engaging in a sexual activity, consent should happen at every time, at each step of what you are doing. Now, if I've seen one video. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Is anybody? No, okay. Hum Tum, there's a movie called Hum Tum, and I think the Saif Ali Khan is the hero, and he's explaining Rani Mukherjee. Yeah, he's explaining to Rani Mukherjee that in boys group, what happens is, if a girl agrees to talk to him, so says in his group that the girl has kissed him. If a girl has kissed him, then the boy said that she has indulged in sexual activities. So like that is that. So quoting that example, agreeing to kiss someone doesn't give the person the permission to remove your clothes. One activity is related to one activity only. I could not have made this clearer, but this is very important. Like having sex with someone in the past, yes, also having sex with someone in the past does not give that person the permission to have sex with you again in the future, or even in present. So yeah, I hope I made that clear. Next slide. Yeah. So, as stated by me earlier, you can change your mind at any time. Also, Shaunak has said this. You can withdraw consent at any point if you feel uncomfortable. Like withdrawing consent it's sometimes awkward. It's difficult to do it verbally, but it can be done. Like it can be implied also, non-verbal cues. Like the best way to ensure all the parties are comfortable with any sexual activity is to talk, but also you can check periodically, like, are you comfortable? Are you okay with what I'm doing and all that stuff? Next slide. Yeah. What is an enthusiastic consent? Now, like feminism has evolved with intersectional feminism, which includes everybody. Like that, likewise, consent has evolved in enthusiasm context, because enthusiastic consent is a newer model. Simply put, enthusiastic consent means looking for the presence of a yes and not merely the absence of no. This is very important, because enthusiastic consent can be expressed verbally or non-verbal cues, as stated earlier. Like smiling is also a form of saying, like, I am comfortable with what you're doing. Maintaining eye contact is necessary. Yeah. Yeah. Enthusiastic consent can look like this. Now, if you are indulging in any activity, so you can you can ask the permission. You can ask permission before you change for certain activities. Like, is this okay? And confirming the reciprocal interest. And also you can also say, like, I will stop if you are uncomfortable at any point. It builds a sense of trust. I guess it builds a sense of trust. Okay. Yeah, periodically you can check that, and also you can also take feedback. All okay. Next slide. Yeah. Also, I have been very confused about this stuff, and I know a lot of you might. So, bodily responses like erection, lubrication, arousal, or orgasm, like orgasm can be involuntary, because the body might react in one way, but your mind might not. So, uh, I think. One of my seniors was asked this question in her viva, that by her professor, that what do you think, in rape the woman gets orgasm or not? I don't know, it's not an offending statement, but the literal answer is yes, her body experiences orgasm, but because her mind is saying no to all of that stuff, it still makes it wrong. So keep that clear, that just because the other person's body is responding in a certain way, it does not prove that he or she is consenting to it. I hope I did not offend anyone, but yes. Next slide. Okay, so consent does not look like this at all. Okay, the person says, the person, if he's refusing, he, she, they if at all they're refusing. Okay, the next statement is a partner who is disengaged. Okay, so you're doing a certain thing and the partner is lost. So you need to know why he, she, or they is lost. Like, it's important. You cannot go on further like that. Okay. Also, assuming the person is wearing a certain cloth, certain dress. Okay, again pink. Also, someone being under the legal age of consent, because consent has a legal age of 18, as we have read in FMT. Also, yeah, someone being incapacitated. This is very obvious. Also, you have the permission to engage in sexual act just because you have done it in the past. Yes. Yeah, you cannot share intimate picture of someone without explicit consent. Okay. Next. Yeah. So the age of consent in India is 18 years. The age of consent is the minimum age in which the individual is considered legally old enough. No, like we know that mentally, medically, we grow at 16 also, 15 also, but legally you have to set a boundary, right? So the government of India has set the boundary of 18 years. Um, okay, next slide. Yeah, so communication, coming to communication, I think people who are in relationships very well know that communication is a very important key for any relationship. Communication is best done face to face, right? And non-verbal nuances can also be delivered clearly. Okay, next slide. Yeah. So the best way to have a healthy communication is to create a safe environment, right? There are steps. You cannot just directly ask for something to the other person. You have to build it. You have to create a safe environment. Then you have to keep healthy boundaries, and also you have to keep realistic expectations. Shah Rukh Khan is not coming to rescue you. You have to also okay. ठीक है, you have to set realistic expectations. Also, you have to stop focusing on being right. You need to give space to the other person. Be clear and remember you are a team. Okay, next slide. Yeah. So when relationships are not consensual, there's a lack of effective communication. This can lead to negative experiences, and I hope that anybody did not face this. But if at all you have, the relationships were unhealthy. Okay, next slide. Yeah. So everybody knows the signs of healthy, unhealthy relationship, but people know things. People do know things, but they do not act. So it is important to reinforce, right? It is important to reinforce by time to time what things are right and what are wrong, like the intensity. Okay, when over the top feelings are expressed, it can become overwhelming. Like when you don't allow the person to express himself or herself and you are the only one speaking. So betrayal, of course, betrayal is betrayal when someone is acting disloyal. in a dishonest way. Manipulation, when you try to manipulate through your actions, through your decisions, through your emotions, to have the person indulge in your what activity you want them to indulge in, then also, yeah, when you completely isolate them from their family members, their friends, their people. ये तो मेरी है, Kabir Singh, very good. Okay, Kabir Singh is a proper example. Okay, possessiveness, Kabir Singh. Okay, guilting, when someone makes you feel responsible for their actions, or make feel it's your job to keep them happy. Yeah, I hope it does not happen to anyone. Next slide. Yeah. Okay. So the real question is, my friends also come to me with the same problem sometimes, that their friend is in a relationship, right? And he or she wants to get out of it, but they can't. So the real reason why they can't is because they blame themselves, and they think they can't do better, because once you know that you are the first one to be loved, right? Self love is very important. If you know that you are worth it, and you are worth world of happiness, then you'll not blame yourself, because literally it's not your fault, it's not your fault. Okay. And they don't recognize its abuse. Now also, I'm quoting another Bollywood movie, because वही आता है मेरे दिमाग में, थप्पड़ जो है, movie The Thappad, it is based on one slap. Okay, so studies have shown that if a person abuses you once, he, she, or they may try to abuse you the next time as well. So it's not just about a single slap, it's about why the single slap was done. Why? Like, the question was why. It's not about a single slap. Yeah. So the next point is, they feel lucky to be their partner. Yeah. He Okay, this is very self-explanatory. And yeah, sometimes they can't support themselves financially, so they have to depend. Many Indian women face this problem. Okay, they fear their partner. You should not fear your partner, and they think they'll never find anyone else. Okay, I have also thought of this way, but people think that they'll never find anyone else. And once a person comes into his, her, or their life, he should remain till the last, but it should not happen this way. Also, they're experiencing low self-esteem. It should not happen this way. Okay, next slide. Yeah, now we're going to talk about the abuse in in unhealthy relationships. Next slide. Okay, so just to make it clear, abuse is not only physical. It's not only physical. It can be sexual also. It can be emotional also. Like, emotional abuse is one of the most common abuses in India. Okay, so physical abuse, it is obvious. Physical abuse is intentional harm to anybody, right? Sorry. So it ranges from punching, biting, strangling, choking. Okay, I'm not talking of any form of fetish, just to be clear. Choke. I'm talking about intentional harm. Okay, people like it, but we are talking of a different context here. Okay, so forcing, grabbing your clothing, you people very well know that. Also, sexual abuse, unwanted touching, and pressuring you to go farther than you're comfortable. It is very important that you know your boundaries and you know what you have to do. Okay, emotional abuse is manipulating you, threatening you. Okay, next slide. Cyber abuse, you people shouldn't share, or if you are at all sharing, you should trust the person fully before sharing nudes, and spread, you obviously you shouldn't spread gossip. Okay. Also, stalking is a punishment. Everybody knows stalking is a punishment. I don't remember the proper section, but stalking is a punishment. It is constantly sending text messages, or calling you, or following you, or obsessively emailing you. It can harm your health also, as well as the person's health also. You don't know what the person is feeling while you constantly stalk. Okay, next slide. Yeah. So, due to the COVID pandemic, I feel, not only I feel, the data from the National Women Commission is evidently states that unhealthy relationships have turned out to be more toxic with the lockdown, because the people are staying indoors, the people are facing each other every day. and frustration builds. Yeah. Violence against women have increased. Obviously, it's India. Before the pandemic, you can see the statistics as well. Yeah. Also one thing, because if at all your abuser, not your, if her abuser is living in the family or living nearby, so the chances of abuse is increased. Obviously. Next slide. Yeah. So how do you people know if you're staying in an unhealthy relationship? Okay. So there are certain signs, they are medically proven. So first of all, let me tell you that all of you are medical, so you must be knowing that flight and fight response, because you when you are in an abusive relationship or an unhealthy relationship, your body is always in a kind of stress, right? So vaginismus is when the muscles of women's vagina contract or squeeze when something is entering, even if it's a tampon or a penis. So it can range from mildly uncomfortable or it can be quite painful. So vaginismus is the first sign. Okay. The second sign is digestive issues and hormonal changes. Of course, the sympathetic activity. Uh, you don't feel you don't feel the need to eat the stuff you want to or you used to eat. So muscle tightness, wearing feeling worn down. Okay. Trouble with memories and speech. So if your mind is constantly thinking that what you have to do, and you are in constantly stress with a particular issue, brain has limited space, so it occupies all of that space with the stress you are encouraging it to fill in. So you don't have space for memories or speech. You are just lost. Okay. Erectile dysfunction, of course. Okay. Next slide. Yeah. So if you are in a relationship, unfortunately, in a toxic relationship, how do you fix it? It's fixing it does not mean that you have to stay in a relationship and fix it. Let me tell you one thing. Okay. So the second point should be the first from my point of view. You should walk away. The first thing is you should be willing to walk away. Okay. You have to look for the ABCDs, the accusations, blame, criticism, and demands. Demands are also very important. And you have to start taking up space. You have to speak. Nobody is gonna get you rescued if you are not willing to speak. Okay. You need to trust yourself, because you are the most important. And once my friend has told me that you are the protagonist of your own story, and other people are just the chapters of your book. Okay. So you can cut them out, but you don't need to you don't need to feel yourself the same way. Okay. Next slide. Yeah. Okay, so it can be challenging, but it has to be done. दिल से बुरा लगता है, but it has to be done. Okay, next slide. Yeah, so you should have a safety plan. Okay, so I am hoping that you listen to this carefully, because if a friend of yours is in need of your advice, you can give them also, because it may happen. Okay, so the first point is have a safe person around you who can help you or support you in any way you want. Okay, then you have a safe place. Okay, you have a safe place to go when you cannot go home. I know Indian parents are not supportive of these facts, but if you cannot go home, you can go to their place. Okay. So if you are ever in a situation where you fear, you can try calling the police. Okay. You can create a list of important numbers. Yeah. Okay. Next slide. Yeah. So courage is required. Courage is required, because the main thing why we are discussing everything, and if at all we can help only one person getting out of a toxic relationship, our goal is done. So, okay, the main thing is courage. Okay, getting away from someone you love can be tough, but your health, both mental and physical, is equally important. Okay, so the last segment is, I guess, discussing about breakups. Okay. Yeah. So how to deal with breakups? I don't know if any person has a proper answer, but let's try to tackle this down. Okay. So it's normal. First of all, it's normal to feel sad after a relationship split, and it can get time to take over. Okay, so let me tell you one thing. We feel after a breakup that everything is finished. Okay, everything is gone and we cannot heal. So this point itself is a very wrong statement, because time heals. Literally, it's a cliche statement, but time heals everything. Okay, you have to give it time. वो नैना का uh, ये जवानी है दीवानी में, when she dips her feet in the cold river, and after a while she felt warm, I guess. So with time everything heals. Okay, I don't know why I'm quoting Bollywood today. Okay, the strength of your feelings might be overwhelming. You might cry, feel restless, or have less motivation. It's very normal, but you have to cope with it. Okay, the first point is acknowledging. Let yourself be upset. You don't have to think like, why am I upset? Why this is happening? Why this? All of that stuff. You have to let yourself be upset. Then you have to look after yourself. Self pampering sessions are the best way out. I guess you have to be a new human being after you have a breakup. Okay, so you have to be realistic when thinking about your ex. You cannot think that कि बस if आज एक बार और हो जाता तो better रहता. But you have to be realistic. If he or she is gone, he's gone. Also for sex. Okay, you cannot do that again. Okay, then try to limit how much you think about your ex. Give yourself some space and keep yourself busy. Okay, also I've thank you. So you have to keep yourself busy, because when you're distracted with one thing, and your brain is very smart. Your brain makes you your brain makes you feel that you are distracted with some other activity, so it does not allow you to think of the toxic relationship you are indulging in. Okay, so you have to talk to your friends and family. I hope everybody has. If not, you can consult professionals as well. And of course, don't do drugs or alcohol. Don't do drugs or alcohol. Alcohol should not be a choice. Okay, next slide. Okay, so who okay, so who can we discuss? Yeah, okay, we can discuss. So Sai,
Yes.
will you do that?
Hello.
The last activity of the day, the case scenarios, the most interesting part.
Sai, if you can go ahead and discuss the
Yeah,
scenarios.
Yeah, we'll not laugh at you. It's okay.
no,
Yeah, guys, this is really interesting.
This is
So
this is
we
really
had a good
interesting.
time first seeing the scenarios ourselves.
Come on,
okay,
Sai, you can do it.
Come on,
I
Sai.
think I'm better off answering the questions.
No, you're
Hello.
not. Why? You
You are
have
most
no experience.
definitely
How will
better
you
off
answer?
asking the questions.
You have
Can-
no experience.
I have few questions. Can I ask?
Okay, wait. Let this activity be finished and then you can.
Kunal, we'll take your
Yeah,
questions after the
okay.
activity. Okay.
Sure. Okay.
Sai, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah.
All the best.
Next slide. Okay, so we have certain cases over here, and then we have four options. It's just like I'll just give you a case scenario, and then you'll have to go with one option. So the first case is your partner has
Yeah,
to
drop
work
the
on.
answers in the chat box, guys. Okay, like
Yeah.
whatever scenario you prefer, drop it on the chat
Yeah.
box.
Yeah.
Your partner has to work on a project in the library with a friend from English class. Later on, your friends mentioned that they saw your partner sitting under a tree by the school with someone other than your partner said he or she would be with you. And then you have four options. The first one is figure there must have been a change in plan and your partner will mention it later. Plan to ask your partner later how the library was. You know there's a problem explanation for it, but you want to make sure he or she is being honest with you. Question your friend about every detail and then angrily confront your partner and curse the person he or she was talking in. Blow your top, you know this means your partner is cheating on you. You take off and find them and knock some sense into them and you and find the partner he or she is with. Okay, B. Plan to ask your partner later how this. Yeah, Mishra has a very good answer. D, definitely. Prajwal, next slide. And this is the second case. For the first case, I think the right answer is A, but then a lot of us went with B and D. So let's move on.
There's
We'll
no right
discuss these in the
answer.
later. Okay. Your partner announces that she's planning a night out with friends on Friday. What do you do? A, tell your partner to have fun. You'll miss your regular Friday nights together. But your partner hasn't had a night out with friends in a while either. Option B, you're a little hurt and tell your partner you want to spend time together, and though he or she feels the same, after discussing it, you realize your partner does not want to be with you, but agrees both of your friendships are important too. C, tell your partner if you really love, you would want to spend all your time with me like I do with you. You know, if you make him feel guilty enough, you will get your way. Option D, get furious. You hate your partner's friends because they are always trying to break you too. And you know he or she is probably planning to hook up with someone else. You tell your partner if he or she doesn't spend Friday night with you, it's over.
Sai, you don't need to read the answers from the next slide.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
just scroll out of.
yeah, that's what I thought. I think people can read it.
Yeah, guys, just read the options yourselves and just
Yeah.
write whatever option you prefer on the chat box. Okay, a lot of A's and B's in the answers. Yeah, Prajwal, go ahead, change the next one.
Okay, shouldn't we discuss the answers?
We'll do it in the last after all these are
Sure.
over.
We will go over all the cases one by one in the end, and you guys can ask any questions you might have.
Yeah, guys, drop in all your preferences with this case. You all can also speak up.
Yeah.
You can unmute and speak up if you
Yeah.
want. If you don't want to type it in the chat box, you're most welcome to unmute yourself and
You can read the case at least.
You're alone with the person you have been going with for a few weeks. You're fooling around, and just when you're sure you're about to have sex, your partner steps and says they are not ready. What do you do? You stop immediately, you're annoyed, you try everything, make your partner feel guilty, and you don't take no for an answer.
all right, almost a unanimous A.
It's
Okay, for the single people, are you imagining a person or are you answering hypothetically?
See, I'm imagining one of my very close friends.
Oh,
Madhav.
Madhav, that
go Madhav.
Okay, next case. Your partner just told you that he or she has been accepted to a great college in another state. What do you do?
Very pertinent to a lot of people here.
I've been keeping your fingers crossed since you had helped your partner. You act happily. Tell your partner he or she is making a mistake. Tell your partner that he or she has to go over your dead body.
A lot of A's and B's, some very questionable D's.
Yeah.
And 2 days.
We then moving on to the next.
The next part. You want to go to ball game, but your partner wants to go to movie. What do? You compromise. You try really hard to convince your partner. Go get into an argument. go to a game without discussion because both know you make the decisions in the relationship.
Saurav Shah has come up with a
Saurabh
really
Shah,
creative solution.
Saurabh Shah has the best answer.
Sort of finding a way to beat the game.
Okay, so a lot of mixed responses in this case.
For seeing a movie, Madhav, would you die?
For sure.
We can discuss.
That's it.
Firstly,
Especially if it's a Marvel.
wow.
Okay, so we'll go
Okay,
over the
guys,
cases
like
once
if you
again.
all wanna ask anything, discuss the case, if you wanna come up with
Kunal?
your, if you have anything to say, this would be the time.
स्कोरिंग में है ना मतलब 0 to 10 पॉइंट्स होने चाहिए थे क्योंकि मतलब वो हमारे लिए अप्लाई नहीं है.
आप अच्छा
Yeah, exactly.
Previous भी relationships वो हो रहे हैं ना?
You should
हाँ
keep into consideration जो लोग अभी सिंगल है.
Single
आप
people भी तो आएंगे ना कभी relationship में. So we
लॉकडाउन
have
के पहले वाले
we have
सिनेरियोस भी कंसिडर कर
So how can we imagine कि जो बंदा अपने साथ आएगा, how would we
other
that
things you
person?
can imagine, okay? This thing you can't imagine.
भाई जो लोग कपल में हैं उनके भी सारे केसेस एक्चुअली फुलफिल नहीं हो रहे हैं, उनको भी इमेजिन ही करना पड़ रहा है, तो चिल मार.
हाँ, exactly.
Acha, for now, I would like to congratulate you guys for conducting such a great event
Thank you.
successfully.
Yeah, this was really great, you know.
Kunal, have
थैंक यू
you
This
had a
event is really really good. Actually मेरे को एक चीज पूछनी है, ये PDF मिल जाएगी क्या?
yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's
Yes, we
very helpful.
will give you all the PDFs. And
Kunal,
can everyone just
All
turn on
the
their
things
cameras
that you
for a while?
all explained, मतलब इतना effective है कि we can share with friends who are in trouble and like
You know,
help them.
Okay, just a heads up, guys. Like we will be conducting more events, right, over the course of the next few months, and there will be events where we can't call you all, unfortunately, and we would rather prefer having
Kunal has some great ideas. We can
non-medicals.
discuss them
So
later.
if you can, tell them that to please attend our events, that would be great in the future as well.
Okay, Shaunak, let's discuss something. Like, you know, there is problem in our society. Like, parents don't accept our relationship and something like that. And we all are aware of that fact. Okay, so because we will have to overdo the stuffs. Okay, to get parents' approval, to keep our relationship on track, and to even to be focused, and to prove ourselves in our career as well. So what's your point? Like, how can we do all this? Like, can you discuss? I don't want a single opinion, and everybody can participate in this.
Actually, related to this question, I also have a question that this is a mental taboo or what, like okay, relationships are a distraction. You can't have career and relationships at the same time. So how should we manage it? And like I don't think it is right in my opinion. But like लोग accept नहीं करते हैं.
I think personally what I feel is that the way moving forward, the only way to change things as they are is that we as people take a stand, right? Whenever you feel like your parents are saying something at home which you don't really agree with, right? If they pass a certain kind of remark that you don't agree with based on your own values, right? I think what we often do is that we just ignore it. We don't speak up because bade hai, bolna nahi chahiye, blah blah blah. But this is where we
They're
start. We
scared.
should start at our home, right? And not feel scared. At some point, you just need to be like, screw this. I have my own values, and I'm allowed to have that, and I'm not obliged to conform to whatever my family, believes in or not, right? And I
Wow,
think that's where we need to start.
Yeah, that's what I did in my and yeah, this is really great. This worked for me, and
Yeah.
yeah, and
So actually, what I was saying कि yes, this is a case कि मतलब you speak up, acceptance होना जरूरी नहीं है, but like what I have tried is to speak up. ठीक है, it not always goes how you wanted to, नहीं accept होता है society में, but okay, it can make you feel better that what you are
you know
doing.
what? You know what? I mean, our society is driven by power. Okay, like if you're earning member, if you earn something, then you have right to speak for something, and if you don't, then your voice will always be suppressed. And this doesn't apply for only for relationship. It is valid everywhere, like in every walk of our life. So yeah, this also I found. Like, what do you say like about all this?
अर्निंग तो एक चीज हो गई, नॉर्मल डिफरेंशिएशन तो यही हो जाता है कि घर में बड़े भाई है, छोटे भाई है, छोटे सिबलिंग्स है, उनको तो वैसे भी बोलने का मौका नहीं मिलता है.
Yeah, one more thing I want to say in this seminar, like, for healthy relationship, what I feel that, equivalent power distribution should be there. I'm not saying equal power distribution, equivalent power distribution, because, like yeah, you might argue that no, there should be equality, but I think like, yeah, equality is important, but time to time now there is some slight fluctuation. So equivalent power distribution is really important for a healthy relationship. What you all say?
Yes, I think I agree with you, Kunal. Both of the partners in the relationship have an equal role to play. They have their own role to play and contribute equally to the relationship. They don't necessarily
Exactly.
need to do the same thing.
Okay, I mean, okay, can we discuss about equal and equivalent? What will you say about these two? Hello.
See, to be very honest, I feel like at certain times, like once a family grows, right, at certain times, different people have to, chip in for different reasons, right? So
Yeah.
a very common example of that would be when, someone has a child, right? So the mother, irrespective of where she is in her career, will have to take a back seat for some time. And the father is like obliged to, step forward and fill in the void that's left behind, at least from a financial standpoint, right?
It does not happen nowadays. It does not
No,
happen.
it does not. But the thing
It's
is
a
that,
choice.
it's definitely a choice. But the thing is that even like maternity leave, right? The
Paternity
concept of
leaves are
maternity
also
leave
coming
is,
up.
it is, but you've got to realize that it's a concept that, is there in a very upper, very privileged strata of society, right? And unfortunately, most of the people in our country don't fall in this bracket. If tomorrow if someone's maid gets pregnant and she can't come for 6 months, she's not getting paid.
Very valid point. Yeah.
The concept of maternity leave, yeah, it sounds nice. Pay for maternity leave, yeah, it exists, but it exists in a very privileged strata of society. And paternity leave
One
तो दूर का बात है, वो तो मतलब privilege maybe it does not exist to some cases. So you can imagine what it is for like 80% of India's population.
Okay, what
So
will you
we
say?
can
I
make
mean,
the change somewhere to start with. It is not
okay, Mehak, मैंने
important कि
पूछा
सबको change करें.
महक, व्हाट इज योर व्यू? मैंने पूछा कि रिलेशनशिप में इक्वालिटी होनी चाहिए या इक्विवेलेंस होनी चाहिए? आई मीन बिकॉज टाइम
What
टू
is
टाइम ना सारी
equivalence?
चीजें. Okay, I mean, you can't always expect 50-50. Sometimes you'll have to give your 60 and you'll be getting your 40, getting 40 from other side. Okay, और वो बहुत ही obvious है because उसका कोई अपना reason है वो 40 देने का, और तुम्हें वहां पे fill up करने के लिए 60 देना होता है. और ऐसा नहीं कि तुम हमेशा 60 देते रहोगे, उधर से भी कभी 60.
Kunal, I don't think it's about, contributing 50-50. What should be the thing that we should be aiming for is that everybody gives their 100%. What the outcome of that 100% is can be different. But I think when two people are in a relationship, both of you should be giving your 100%. And then whatever the outcome of that is up to the scenario.
That notion is very, I mean, great, saying that you are giving your 100% and the other partner is giving 100%. But what I am saying that, okay, this 100 and 100, I mean, if something is created which is 100%, okay,
आई मीन आई एम आस्किंग अबाउट दैट कि उसमें से जो फ्रैगमेंट होता है ना, तो ऐसा नहीं होता है कि आप हमेशा अपना 100% देते हो, कभी कभी आप कम हो जाते हो किसी कारण से, ठीक है, तो वहां पे इक्वालिटी नहीं आ जाती है, तो विल यू कॉल दैट अनहेल्दी?
No, I don't feel so.
What is your opinion?
And everyone else, please do put forward your opinion as well. Anybody who has an opinion on this, we would really appreciate
Siddharth.
that if you could unmute and speak up. Yeah, anybody. SPD, Shreya,
SPD.
Utkarsh.
Hey.
Yeah.
We are very,
So
we are very enthusiastic that we are giving 100%, but this cannot happen every time. अगर तुम अपना 100 दे रहे हो बट सामने वाले को 100 नहीं दिखता है, तो समझ रहे हो ना, तो उसमें क्या करना चाहिए?
SPD, what do you have to say?
I have to say that it's something that it's not subject to analysis. It's something one observes over a little larger period of time. It requires time. The partner gradually realizes. At a point of time, he or she doesn't. Then a point comes where they evolve. When multiple such incidences occur, they begin to relate subconsciously. You need not point out, or anyone need not point out. They'll realize by their own. They will recall certain events. Okay, this happened that way. Okay, then maybe it was something different. So I think it's a यहाँ पे थोड़ा पेशेंस का एंगल है कि you have to wait, you have to see, because काफी चीजें लाइफ में थोड़ा बैक सीट में रह के ऑब्जर्व करने से भी बहुत सारा चीजें क्लियर होती हैं, ठीक है? So that's what
Agreed.
I like to say.
And Kunal, I feel like a lot of people have different preferences as well as to what they want their life to look like 20
Exactly.
down.
Why not
20 years
consensual?
down the road.
Everything consensual is good.
Actually, about equality and equivalence, I think it's like a case kind of thing कि हर एक कपल के अपने अपने अंडरस्टैंडिंग्स होते हैं, अपने अपने वो होता है, शेयर होता है डिसीजंस में, तो कितना इक्वालिटी इट इज एक्चुअली बेस्ड ऑन अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि तुम कितना अंडरस्टैंड करते हो, कितना कम्युनिकेट करते हो, किसी चीज में सामने वाला का शेयर ज्यादा हो सकता है, किसी चीज में आपका शेयर ज्यादा हो सकता है.
This is
Also,
what I was
like,
trying to say.
I feel like मैं personally, जैसे मैं एक चीज बोल रहा हूँ, like I used to feel like, if society is to move forward, then, in a relationship, the husband and the wife, they should be like equal, they should be given the equal opportunities, both should be allowed to further their careers and everything. But then I guess I came across few people and I realized that there are people who actually want to live a domesticated life and they're happy with it. Like, not everyone is career driven. Not everyone wants to, be at the top of their field. And then I realized that, that in itself is a